If you missed the announcement, Alamo Music is now a Powers Electric dealer. We're so excited. We love these very cool, very different in the marketplace guitars. Today, we're going to break down for you the differences in sound and functionality of the pickups that come on these guitars. So stick around. Hey, you are watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
My name is Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you want to support the channel, you can visit our spring store, link below for custom swag. Check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional, wherever you get your podcasts at, or buy goods from Cooper at a farmer's market near you. I don't know. You should do
doing raw milk out there. I bought raw milk from some Mennonites in Nashville one time.
Yeah, how did that go?
It tasted awful.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I don't know if it was like actually good. I figured it'd taste different than like whole milk, but it was like it's not good.
Are you a whole milk guy or a 2%er?
I'm a whole milker.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a raw milk from Mennonites kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Well, the raw milk of Mennonites of guitars is the Powers Electric.
It is the Powers Electric.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if he's going to do milk. He already has a orchard.
Yeah.
I don't know how that guy has time. Andy, you got to tell us your secrets. So in the midst of growing fruits and building guitars, he's designed these wonderful guitars. Powers Electric, if you missed our first video, it's kind of one of these weird things where it's a boutique electric guitar company that has all the resources available to it of the Taylor Guitar Factory. And it is a passion project of Andy Powers. It is something incredibly unique in a crowded market of kind of Me Too electric guitar models that are trying to be like all the other stuff. Hashtag yes. But these are different. They are hot rod and surf culture inspired. Every single aspect and specification of these guitars is extremely well thought out.
Yeah.
From the hardware down to the pickups. And it's all proprietary. It's made in-house.
Mm-hmm.
They're very cool, very different. We're immediate fans.
Yeah, love them.
Highlights. They're hollow bodies, fully trussed, very light, very resonant. In fact, before we start rolling, we're just kind of picking. And it's a good couch guitar because there's a good bit of volume even when you're not plugged in. And I noticed something that acoustically you're hearing the sound come from here, like where the truss system meets the neck joint. And it's just such a lively guitar. You know, people often say when you're trying out electric guitar, you try it acoustically first. Yeah. Because all that's going on with the pickups is their microphones picking up what's going on. From that standpoint, these are just stellar instruments. Yeah. But today, you know, we've got a hardtail. We've got a camtail that's just come in pearl white. Mm-hmm. So it matches your truck.
Matches my truck.
This is going home with you?
Yeah, this one's already
but they have different pickups. And when we did our first video, we had both of their FF42s. Yeah. Which speaks to the style of pickup and also the wire gauge that's being used. And now we have FF, which are full Faraday pickups, and PF42s, so that we can talk about the differences and you can hear the differences to figure out what's going to serve you best as a guitar player. Yeah,
so these are the partial Faraday. Now, we have done, since we have launched that first video, a couple of the guitars are gone. We got 4 to start. That cool Chroma Borealis is gone to a friend of ours. And
yeah, very cool guitar.
But we have done some kind of custom build-outs for these guitars. So we hadn't done one yet since we just got a few guitars for stock. So when you're speccing out a Powers, which I imagine, unless somebody falls in love with one of these, a lot of people will be excited because it's not a super long wait for a custom.
Right.
But you can really do whatever you want. Color-wise, it's a really cool process. The main thing that you're choosing is the tailpiece, but also the pickups. Mm-hmm. And as of right now, they're not mixing and matching. So you're going to go full Faraday, neck and bridge, or you're going to go partial Faraday. And I feel like Chris did mention this to me before we were shooting. It feels like a lot of the people over at Taylor are partial to the partials. You know
partial to the partial, that's right.
Because this is a...
I know the dab man prefers.
Yeah. This is kind of a more rockin' sound, you know? And Andy, when we were there, did kind of a back and forth sort of thing with his favorite amp. Kind of went back and forth, but that you heard in the initial demo, it's got a certain warmth and kind of rounded, nearer to a P90 kind of thing going on, versus this, which really this is the most time I've spent with the partial Faraday. This is brighter. It can pick up the kind of gain that we had going on in the amp, like it just cuts a little bit more. So for a more rockin' player, I think you're maybe going to dig these, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. So let's talk about the design from the get-go. These are not ordered by any company. These are Andy Powers designed pickups, and the name speaks to what's going on with that design.
Yeah.
And they're very different from anything else out there on the market. They're using neodymium, rare earth magnets, aluminum. They are created with they're large single coil pickups. But in this guy's, the full Faraday is using really a full Faraday kind of cage on it with the pickup covers so that they are quiet. And that is tamping down on some of the high end, so you get a very girthy mid-range. And I love how you said P90s, because P90s are single coil pickups. But a lot of people forget, if you go back in time to the 50s, those Seth Lover PAF pickups that were developed at Gibson, the goal was to create a quiet P90. Yeah. The goal was not to create a pickup that sounded different. The goal was to create a pickup that sounded like a P90 that was quiet. And I love P90s, and I love early PAF style humbuckers because they have that kind of sound to them, and there's a richness and there's a girthiness, and there's some high end, but it's a very mid range pickup. And then you compare that to a single coil, which is a narrower and noisier counterpart that gets you less of the string, and you have more high end to it.
Yeah.
And so these have a similar design, but by uncovering more of the coil, it's picking up more of the string, and you're getting more of that high end frequency coming through.
Yeah. And it's cool. What we did on the demo is it's the new Josh signature setup. Got the condenser mic on there and also the dynamic mic, so I think you're getting a pretty good picture of what it sounds like in the room. Controls are staying exactly the same on the guitars and the amp, and so I think it's a pretty stark difference. Obviously this one's got the camtail, so at the end I'm messing around with it, but that shouldn't really inform what you got going on. And these both have the same bridge material.
Delrin?
Yeah, these are both Delrin bridges, so it should be a pretty good control kind of thing, to where really you're hearing the pickups, same exact body, same woods that are being used in here. So it's truly a pickup comparison, and it's fun. Let's take a listen.
All right, so there you have it. Really great pickup comparison because most everything is very equal. Same neck material, bridge or fretboard material. They're urban ash bodies. They're maple tops. They've got Delrin things. They're different colors. So it was Billy Corgan would say these sound different because the paint's different, right?
Yeah.
But no, you should be able to hear the difference on that. I'm going to say because these are spicy looking knobs. Doesn't it look like cinnamon candy?
I'd eat that.
Right?
Yeah.
This is going to be spicier, and it is.
So here's the thing. I think if I was speccing one out for myself, I'm partial to the full.
Yeah.
But for this guitar, I think one of the big things about it is how versatile it is. And if you want to be able to get that next step of some punch, I think the partials are a good way to go. But for the style that I play, I think these suit me better. But most people that are coming in looking for a cool boutique, something unique, boutique and unique, I think they may be drawn to the fact that those get a little bit heavier duty.
So let me ask you this because we kind of talked about EQ standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Andy's talked about it this way. There's more coil exposed, and you can tell by looking at these what's what. So the turned tops on those are covers that are covering the coil.
Mm-hmm.
The tops of this is plastic, right? It's the kind of tortoiseshell look, right?
Fire stripe.
That's what's exposing the coil. Did you in the room through the amp experience more gain in addition to EQ out of these? Or was it about the same?
It was pretty even.
Okay.
That one was like a hair hotter,
Yeah.
but not to where Josh had to adjust the levels. So
Great.
I think, yeah, I mean, that one seemed to come alive a little bit more right at the gate, but that's also maybe treble playing a trick on me. You know? And I really do like the sound of that. And they have the same foundation of a tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the EQ curve gets changed a little bit.
Right, kind of comes up a little bit on the end there.
Yeah.
I seriously, I can't get over the fact that this looks like something that was in my grandmother's purse when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I just love
That's
these
actually one of the inspirations that Andy used.
There you go.
It was his grandma's purse.
My Meemaw's candy.
So here's what I will say. I chose that one at the show because I feel like the white is just classic.
Yeah.
You know? And one thing that they threw out there is I don't think they've turned down a custom color yet. And so their list of available colors continues to grow as like we've done this. And it's typically, I feel like, Kurt being like, can you build one that's this color of blue versus this aubergine, whatever. You know, there are a lot of Porsche colors happening.
Porsche.
But, no, I like to say Porsche.
You can say it wrong. It's fine.
Well, my grandma used to, in her Porsche, she'd serve me borscht, and
that's the worst.
Yeah, I want a borscht colored Powerscht. So I got my borscht going, and I'm picking one of these. I like the full Faraday, but if I gotta play some rock, I'll probably grab that one. You know, but what I'm getting at with the custom stuff, it's the polar opposite of doing a custom Taylor guitar. So we've got new Taylor custom sheets for builders and gold labels, and we've still got the kind of standard and 12 fret and the nylon and the baritone, all that stuff. There's like a million options. Our friend Jim, I think, did the math on all the options of a custom sheet, and it's like 43 billion different guitars you can make or something with every little option. This, you're picking your color, your pickups, your saddle material,
right,
your pickguard, your knob color, and your tailpiece.
The Delrin, brass, ebony.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That's your choice on the saddle materials. Now on pickguard, you can choose like a white pearl or the fire stripe like that, and that's what will match on the pickups.
If they're PFs.
If they're PFs.
Yeah.
On the full Faraday, you're getting the engine turn covers, which match the engine turn kind of backplate. Which is
so cool.
Super cool. Your serial numbers on there. I have a little interesting, fun thing about that guitar specifically. The cases we've already talked about are bad A on these.
Mm-hmm.
They're much like an old Porsche. But that guitar, we picked at the show. I liked it. I think 5 other people chose it, so we didn't get the actual one from the show like we did with the silver Jade Mach 1.
Nice.
The pearl white was very popular, and so it was a rebuild that they rushed for us. And so this is fresh, not one that was at the show. There is a folded up piece of paper in there that I think they forgot to take out that has the serial number of that guitar in it, and it said, "This is finished with inspection, ready for pickup in Andy's office," which is just cool because, like we said in the first video,
Everything goes through Andy's
everything's
hands.
going through Andy's office. So this was inspected and cleared by Andy, and it was a screenshot of an email, so I know it's not like a cool thing that they're like, oh, put some case candy in there. It's just like a piece of paper from the factory. But it is cool because it reminds you, yes, large company, very small shop doing these, very limited set of options, but all the options are good, and they just kind of let you
limited
pick.
till you get to color, and then
Yeah.
seems like there's a
Yeah.
rainbow of choices.
If it were me, I like the flame top stuff, but I love the pearl white. I think that's a classic look. I think I gotta go camtail, warm knobs. I love the warm knobs. But this has got cool knobs, and it fits the vibe of this guitar.
It does fit the vibe. Yeah.
And you can also go no pick guard if you want, but like that works perfectly on that guitar.
I think it looks great.
It's cool.
Yeah.
You can kind of make these your own while still. The smart thing that they're doing is they're making one guitar, and they're making it like perfect and letting you choose the aesthetic and the sound, but like the build there is pretty perfect. So I'm really excited. We've gotten some flame top ones kind of specced out, little blue lagoon,
Well, I'm upset
Me too.
because I have had my gas under control. That's my gear acquisition syndrome. I've been fine. I have not had a Jones for a guitar. I've been fine until now.
But the thing that I think gets you is the lightness and the neck feel, like right away. But then you plug them in, they sound really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig them. I think they're awesome guitars. I'm really happy to see that after our first video, there's been buzz around them, and people seem to be liking them. And it'll be cool as more come in. We got more already on the way. Some finishes we haven't shown you, and some flame tops. It's very cool.
They're just, you could argue they're just the coolest, most unique, and arguably well thought out electric guitars that have been introduced in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What PRS was back in the 80s, what else has been really unique since then? There's been cool stuff. There's been some cool stuff out there, and some stuff like Parker, cool guitars.
Yeah.
Didn't last.
Fly.
Fly. Yeah, the Parker Flies were cool. What was that Relish guitar that's made in Scandinavia where you had the swappable pickups and stuff? Those are really cool.
Relish.
Space Age. Was it Relish? I think?
Is that a cousin of Borscht?
Yes, yeah, exactly. With the ground mustard. There's been some attempts to kind of do something different, but I think these are so well thought out because it's coming from a builder who's building a really good instrument, and everything is not taking off the shelf parts. I really want one.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing Andy like pull out every single one of these individual things like he did with us and be like, this is the ring for the pickups. This is, it's really fun. And I'm excited about them. I'm excited to see those. We got some bird's eye coming in. We got some flame top. It's going to be great. So these are kind of our new favorite electric. And now you know what the pickups sound like on both.
So if you want more information about the guitars we're holding, or you want to make know what's coming in as soon as it arrives, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and that you check out our website, which is
alamomusic.com. And you can also message us there. You can email us. You can call us. You can come into the store. You can very easily, unlike Taylor, great custom program, but everybody else, Fender, great custom program, whatever. But since this is a pretty limited set of options, tell us exactly what you want. We kind of know the pricing because a lot of the pricing doesn't change based on a lot of these things. So it's like you're getting a flame top, you're getting a solid color, Pricing's easy, and they're turning them around in 2 to 3 months. So it's really cool.
So there you have it. Get your Powers electric today at alamomusic.com. Whether it's one we've got or one we're going to build for you, you're going to love it. I guarantee it.
I guarantee it.
So anyways, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.